Okay, now I'm back for the last stream of the challenge. For some reason, actually, okay, it's been 1 week, but the last stream has been the worst start because I started and I was muted for like 3 minutes, so I'm basically doing like rookie mistakes all over again, and then the electricity from my house went away, so I had to restart. But the goal of today is to see the progression that I've done after streaming for 1 week with no experience. So I'm going to be giving a rundown of my channel, kind of my experience on it and some conclusions and all of that. So let's just get straight into it. I was looking before at the streaming I did before, but I was muted, as you can see. But let's just go to my channel. It'll be cool to see how, like, taking like a snapshot of my channel currently and see how it looks in the future, right? So let's go into the YouTube studio and we could go to analytics and look at our growth. So we've been able to, in 7 days, okay, as you can see, in 7 days, we've been able to get 9,451 views and a total of like almost 20 hours. Like there's been people have watched our content for 20 hours, which is pretty incredible. And I'm able to gain 6 subscribers, even though 1 is my girlfriend, so it doesn't count. So let's say 5. So this is a pretty cool feature here that we can see like the videos are posted every day. So I started, well, let me make sure that everything's working. Okay. So I started with just posting 1 video because I had to set up the stream and YouTube takes 24 hours to accept you into the streaming program. So the first day I just made like a blog of me setting up everything and explaining my goals. Then second day is when I actually was able to stream. I did 2 streamings. It was like the same thing, it's just 2 parts because at one point the streaming failed. And then I turned that stream into 1 long form video and then 3 shorts. So this is the moment the long form video didn't get any views because it's very hard for people to watch long form, but then I posted the 3 shorts and they started to get some traction, maybe like 1,000 views per video, and that really motivated me. So next day 3 of the challenge, which was my second stream, I did like the whole stream talking about soccer, and I prepared everything, and I kind of had the expectations of the day before. And this stream I didn't really enjoy, so I did another streaming, also divided in 2 parts. I don't know why, I think some technical issues as well, and I turned that into like 5 shorts, as you can see, and those shorts got a lot of views also. You will see them later. And then I also posted a recap of like how the challenge was going, like a vlog. And as you can see, I wasn't enjoying it. I said like I want to quit streaming because after that streaming I was very, I don't know, I didn't have any energy. I didn't like what I was doing. I felt like I was just doing it as a chore. But also we can see that that's the day where I grew the most, day 3, when it's the day I grew the most, but making content I didn't really wanted to do, which was the soccer content, which I might do more in the future, but I think I just enjoy talking about random stuff. If I really want to pursue this content creation thing, maybe I create a separate channel where I just talk about soccer. But on day 3 I realized I also want to do this as like a digital diary. So day 4, this is the day where I crashed out and I did not want to do anything. Like I did not want to stream that day. But since I didn't want to fail the challenge, I forced myself to stream, and I decided just to, instead of making content about soccer and instead of posting shorts and instead of like having a script, not a script but like a structure of the stream and talking about different news, I would just, and also doing a vlog at the end of the day, that was too much for me. So I said, okay, I want to be consistent but lower my expectations, lower the not the quality but like all of the external things, and I'll just turn on stream and just talk. And the streaming will also be kind of part of the blog like of my experience with the challenge. So I just streamed, and then I also posted 2 shorts. And because at the end of the day, I was like, after streaming and being able to overcome that difficult moment where I wanted to quit, I kind of got again the bug of like wanting to chase views. So I thought, okay, what if instead of talking about soccer, I just be myself talking about random stuff, but I package the content in a format that's like kind of brain rot in a sense, but like where it's easier for people to consume because it has this. It's like it's me talking on top, and then in the bottom there's like some ASMR video, right? And you see, it didn't perform that well. The other one performed better, but it didn't get that many views. So I was kind of, it was better because I was doing the stream myself. Like the topics I was talking about was just random stuff, even though that day I kind of had low energy because it was of the stream. It was a stream that I was kind of forcing myself to do and I didn't want to do. But I packaged it in brain rot and it didn't get that many views. But the second one, well, this is the same one actually. The other one got a little bit more, I believe. Let's check. So you see, this one got more views, and actually 1 subscriber, which is cool, and 60% stayed to watch, which is a lot, right? But only we can see here the progression. This is like, I really like looking at the stats. I don't know why. I think my favorite part of this challenge has been looking at the stats, even though it's a little bit, at the same time, it's like my addiction to like looking at views. But I really find this very interesting. Like, we can see how the retention goes down. I mean, it always goes down, obviously, but we can see like at the 3-second mark, it starts going down. Let's see, when do 50% leave. By 10 seconds, 50% are gone. So that's not bad. I feel like this video is pretty cool, and the quality of it isn't that great either. Like, I think it's okay, but there's a lot of room to improve. So I think, I don't know, I'm pretty satisfied. I think if I keep on being consistent, I could reach more people, which is kind of the goal. Just gonna share my ideas. And my predictions for the channel was I wrote it down. It was 500 shorts views in a week, and I think I said like 30. Let me see here. My guess was 50 views on long form and 300 views on shorts, because I wanted to put low expectations, but I was able to overcome that by a lot. I was able to beat that by a lot. 10K views is not bad. Of course, shorts views are not that valuable, but it's a start. And I've actually been able to get out the views also on long form, or more views than I thought, which I thought it was pretty cool that people are watching that. So let's see. So the first days I would post shorts. Also, when I made those predictions, I wasn't expecting to post that many shorts, but it's been pretty easy to edit because of all the new technologies. So you see, most shorts have been performing like at 1,000 views. And okay, and then day five, which was the day after I did not want to stream, I decided to just stream, just ranting about random stuff. So I made one streaming and then one video. Okay. And I think this one, no, the video that's getting a lot of views is the I want to quit streaming, which is this one. We'll see later. And I just posted, and I really like the feature from YouTube where you can, after you make a live, you can make clips. Okay. Like, for example, here, let's say the live I did yesterday, I could go here and make clips. So I think this is very cool, but it takes like 24 hours for it to be prepared. So I did some clips from, normally I go on CapCut and do the clips, but on this day I made the live, and then yesterday I made like a bunch of clips. I made like 2 long form clips here, and then 3 shorts from this stream. And then today, maybe after, I'll edit some shorts from yesterday's stream. So yeah, this is a little update about my channel. Let's see what else. So we don't really know the subscribe. Oh, we can see where each subscribers come from. That's pretty cool. So subscribers came from soccer shorts, streaming challenge day 1. I think this was my girlfriend maybe. Soccer shorts, then shorts talking about streaming. This is what I got. And actually impressions, which I think is like how many times your video thumbnails were shown to viewers. This is, I didn't know this stat existed. This is very cool. So the thing that got the most impressions was this video. Okay. And this video is getting 100 views, which is pretty cool for long format. But it doesn't have that much watch time. And no one subscribes, so but it's cool to see. And then these videos are getting impressions, but no one's watching it. Okay, good to know. But I guess, yeah. So I guess this, for example, this video has 200 views, but only 9 impressions. I believe it's because most of the views come from the feed, people scrolling, and impressions is like people showing up on the homepage. Like you can see the thumbnail. So 2,000 people or 3,000 people saw this, which is pretty cool. Okay. And then I wasn't aware of these functions. This report type of thing is pretty cool. What else could we see? Top geographies. We can see top geographies. It's mainly Spain, UK, Germany, United States. So that's pretty good. And then it's mostly males, and mostly like 25 or like 18 to 50, mostly 25 to 45. Interesting. And then and traffic sources, because of the views, it's basically shorts and some. What we want is browse features. This is like when it appears in homepage. That is when you get the most views. So I'm pretty satisfied. Let's see. I'm pretty satisfied with all of this. Let's see if there's any other interesting stats I wanna look at. Oh, one person live stream. Interesting. This will be cool to look back in the future. But yeah, I really like all the stats YouTube gives you. It's cool to see. So anyways, let's see. I think yes, these are the videos performed yesterday, not bad. And then this has got some views, this also. So I'm glad that at least someone's looking at it, you know? Because sometimes you feel like could feel a little bit like a waste of time if you're posting videos and no one sees it. Of course, at the same time, you're just doing it as a video diary, right? But it's cool to get some feedback. So now let's see this long form video, 6 minutes. How come he got so many views? Let's see some analytics from this video. So most people found it on the YouTube homepage, so that's very cool. I'm glad that people are watching it. However, I think the thumbnail is cool. It's like, you can tell it's like kind of it's like a homemade video, right? The production is kind of low. I think that's a cool term. I think this that I just came up with. I think there's like this new niche of videos, which is like someone just talking to a camera without any production. I think you could call those homemade videos, and they're getting more popular because it gives you the sensation of you're talking to like a human, like it's very honest, right? So I think people saw like the photo booth, the aesthetic, and it was showing up on the homepage, but then they clicked on it, and they got kind of bored of my video. People just stayed for like the intro, but in the intro I didn't really do a good job of explaining or making it interesting. So by like 15 seconds, half of the video left. And then it says there's 3 spikes of what? How can retention go up? I'm not sure how can retention go up, but I guess people maybe skipped to these moments to see what I was doing, right? And then in total, like almost an hour of total content. Only 2% in click-through rate. This kind of quantifies how good is your thumbnail and title. Click-through rate, you want this as high as possible, and then you want retention. So that's basically the 2 jobs you have to do as a YouTuber. You need to make a good thumbnail and title, and then retain them for the first 30 seconds, and then your video is gonna grow a lot. So I'm gonna work on that maybe in the future, if I want to pursue this more as a growth challenge, or just like as a YouTube diary. Okay. So yeah, so I guess real people are watching at 100 views. I wasn't expecting. I thought in the beginning it was like super hard to get views on long format. So yeah, so this is my channel. Okay. And I'll put something here. This is my channel. So now let's see. So what I want to do for the next week. So now first of all, I'm really glad I was able to finish the challenge. Wasn't easy. I wanted to quit at one point, and kind of shows the importance of consistency and lowering expectations, and just keep on posting random stuff, and eventually like iterate and slightly modify them to see what works best, and A/B test and all of that. And yeah, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the next week. I definitely want to continue. I think my current plan is I'm gonna live stream 1 hour a day, and then I'm gonna spend 1 hour a day editing and like turning that content into smaller pieces of content, more consumable, and that's it. And I'll just do that every day until school starts, and we'll see how it goes from there. And then before I start streaming, I'll just make a little structure of the stream. Maybe I do feel like I want to react to some videos as well, or give my opinion on topics around the world, and have like some visual support for that, not only my face. So we'll see. And then yeah, I think that's the plan. And maybe yeah, and I think I'll stop. I won't view the views that I have doing every day, because it's kind of toxic, or it's not good for me, because I waste a lot of time basically. It doesn't have an impact on the channel. So what I'm gonna do, maybe every Sunday I'll do like a Sunday recap of the growth of the channel, and I'll try to be super transparent, and hopefully once it gets monetized, I can start showing kind of the evolution week per week, how it's getting monetized and all of that. And yeah, so I'll stop watching the views, and I'll do 1 hour of live streaming, 1 hour of editing. So I'll probably be like 1 live stream per day, and like 2 to 3 long form videos per day and maybe 3 to 5 shorts per day. I'll do that for 1 week and let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the challenge. Let me know if you guys thought I would get more views, or your experience with streaming. And yeah, now I'll go on to the next segment, which I'll leave this as proof that I'm gonna be doing a little more experimental content, a little bit more, let's say, controversial, or almost like satire or comedy in a way, of me just saying random stuff. So just if people in the future think that I'm being serious, or I mean, I want to kind of be in the line between being serious and make a joke. I think that's gonna what I find the most funny, and gonna have people questioning if I'm being serious or not. So, but if it gets too crazy to the point where I'm getting like it's affecting my personal life, then at least I'll have this moment saying that yeah, it is comedy or satire, and sometimes I will be saying stuff that that I don't fully believe, but I just enjoy sharing like more risky thoughts or experimental thoughts. Okay, so with that being said, I think I'll move on to the next segment of the stream, which is that I think that MrBeast is more influential than Buddha. And I will give my arguments in the next 10 minutes, so please stay until the end. So you see, for example, that I learned from MrBeast. You need to ask for engagement, and MrBeast has basically, I don't know how many views he has gotten in the last years, but he has probably reached more persons than Buddha has in Buddhism. Because if you think about it, MrBeast, he just talks into a camera, right? And he has reached like billions of people, and has like over 100 YouTube channels. And he translated his content into like all languages basically. So he's kind of like the new Messiah in a way, where he shares his vision of life, and also he's trying to help the kids. He's like trying to help the blind. He's trying to save Africa with water. So he is really, truly becoming, not only surpassing, but becoming the next Messiah and the one to influence Earth. And as we consume more reels, and as we live more in the digital world, who is going to rule that digital world? There's going to be like these big figures, influential. So MrBeast's influence is going to continue to grow even bigger. But I would say that even today, it would be bigger than Buddha. Because just think about for a second, all of the modern content right now on YouTube, for example. MrBeast really invented the current format of like challenges and goals inside the video. And he has gone from like a guy in his basement or in his room to like maybe the most viewed person on earth. And like with a formula that is been working for all videos, and everyone has copied him, like people in Brazil, in Spain. Like if you look at the top content creators nowadays in any country, you would see that many of them just copy the MrBeast formula. They just like they copy his storytelling, his editing style, and those people are reaching a lot of people. So he kind of has like receptacles, or I don't know how you say the word in English, but he kind of has followers that have pushed on his tradition and are reaching new people. So he is at least on the levels of influence of Buddha. At the same time, you could argue that of course he hasn't had the same moral impact, or even if you look at MrBeast, he doesn't have the same impact on you as if you practice Buddhism or you like read some books from the Buddha. However, MrBeast is trying to do that. Like, I don't think Buddha had his own bank, or Buddha didn't have his own chocolate company. So MrBeast is expanding his personal brand into other aspects of the life of people. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be more influential. Like, could you have ever eaten a whole meal from Buddha? Maybe he would give food to the poor, but you could not. If you really believed in Buddha, you couldn't purchase a meal from him, and with his branding, right? But with MrBeast, you can eat a hamburger, and then you can have dessert as well. And then if you want, you can pay all of that with MrBeast banks, and you could even spend the whole day with your family at the MrBeast museum or attraction he's doing in Dubai. So his personal brand is bigger, and it will continue to grow. Also, he is trying to make an impact on the life of others, right? He is trying to help the poor, and he brought water to Africa, right? Or he's trying to help Africa have more water. So I don't know if Buddha was able to do that. You could say that Buddha changed how people think, and his ideas changed the life of millions, but Jimmy's ideas on content creation influenced a whole generation, and it had an impact on the algorithm and how people make content, which is like one of the most important things in the 21st century. And we will see that it will continue to increase. Like, okay, you could say that currently, maybe I'm exaggerating, and MrBeast doesn't have a bigger influence than Buddha. But as life becomes more digital, and as companies start, like, we can see now that companies are posting content, and that companies are basically the new content creators, and everyone's signing or has internal content creators, and that's why YouTube doesn't really feel like genuine anymore or authentic, because it's like almost all videos on YouTube are like an ad, because it's either some guy trying to engagement max to then sell ads, or like a company trying to engagement max to then sell your product. So that's that was not creative, but it was amplified by MrBeast, and all of these companies are going to copy the playbooks from MrBeast. And we already have the example of the MrBeast book about his company, on how he likes to manage people. That's like pretty influential now. It might be the new Bible, especially as everyone wants to be content creators, and especially as maybe the only job in the future that people have is content creation. So we can see how MrBeast is starting to be comparable with Buddha. And however, there's one thing that I must say as well, is that for some reason MrBeast doesn't really seem that genuine. Like, he's the biggest content creator in the world, and due to the biggest personal brand, but a lot of people don't really like him, right? And I'm not sure why. But I don't feel that connection to him either. Like, he seems pretty cold. I think he's like too obsessed with views and making everything perfect. So he seems a bit fake, because you're not sure if his actions are like, let's say he makes a video with like another YouTuber, and they're like friendly, but you don't know if MrBeast is being friendly because he actually likes the guy, or he's just being friendly because he wants to continue growing his empire and being more influential than Buddha. So that's why I think he doesn't seem genuine. I think that's one of the limiting factors for MrBeast to start his own religion. If MrBeast was more charismatic, I think it would be pretty easy for him to start a religion. You could just start as a YouTube guru, teaching people how to become YouTubers, and turn that into like a lifestyle type of thing, and then turn it into a religion, and create moral codes, and influence politics. So that will be my prediction for the future. I think MrBeast might, I don't know, he'll probably go to like some school, or get some coaching on how to be more charismatic, and how to be more relatable, and then he'll start teaching courses, and then start a religion, and then get involved in politics. And you can already see how, like, these modern politicians really rely on social media to grow, right, and to get votes. Like Mandani is like basically like a YouTuber. He's a politician turned into a YouTuber, basically. And like you could already see the beginning of that with Trump and how he would constantly, the way he talks, like the number one clip farmer is Trump, right? Because the way he talks, it kind of works well for media, and that's kind of how he got the, how he was able to become president. And now Mandani is like constantly posting on YouTube and going to all these different streams, and that's how you connect with the youth. And the youth, like, think that now anyone under 25 kind of has grown up with social media and YouTube, and all of these people each time will vote more, right? So that's like kind of the target audience for politicians in a way, or it's a bunch of fresh people coming in, and Gen Z will start to impact politics, which they haven't done before. So to reach Gen Z, you need to do social media. So MrBeast, like, I'm sure if I was a politician, I would ask for advice for MrBeast. And I like Mr. Mandani should do like a YouTube challenge, like a video, like get like they should get like 10 people from the Bronx or something and compete for a house and turn that into a YouTube video, and they get the free house because he's building free houses. But then they can reinvest the money from the YouTube video in building more houses. Like, the only way you survive in the 21st century is if you become a media company, because nowadays everything is visual, because 99% of people spend their day rolling and scrolling. So Mr. Manani should ask MrBeast for help. However, at that point, MrBeast can see that politics at the end of the day is the most powerful form of, it's like the best form of power, right? It's the ultimate power. So MrBeast will probably be tempted to himself run as, I don't know if as president, but maybe as mayor. I mean, he already has his own town. So he could become mayor of his town and then of his state and then of America, and maybe things run better. I mean, he is pretty efficient, right? He has been able to go from zero. He's like one of the best entrepreneurs of the 21st century. He has been able to go from 0 to 1, and from 1 to like billions, pretty much on his own. He like works constantly. He has like a great work ethic, and he seems like he doesn't really has like that much of an. He seems like he has an ego, but like his YouTube channel is more important than his own life. So if he was to become president, he would hopefully bring those values and put the American people before himself. So yeah, I think we started this rant with MrBeast being more influential than Buddha, and it's ending with MrBeast is going to be the next president of America. But it makes sense. I'm sure if Buddha was alive today, he would probably have a YouTube channel. And I don't know if Buddha would get more views than MrBeast. So you tell me who is more influential. And yeah, and it feels to me like nowadays the only way to survive the modern economy is to sell yourself and post content. Like, content has so much leverage and you can make so much money that it's like the last resource people have. Like, because you see people that kind of post vlogs of like their day to day in like in a poor area in the United States, and the donations from the viewers is like what keeps them afloat. And probably if they didn't post any videos, like, they wouldn't be able to make it like at the end of the month. Of course they could get like a normal job, but it seems like normal jobs are, for someone who hasn't gone to college, for example, the pay is so low. But yeah, this is like a whole different topic. But MrBeast could appeal to that demographic of people trying to make it on their own by posting videos on YouTube. And that's a segment of population that's growing each time. So I think he would win it's just the problem with people don't like him. Like, so he needs to start being more charismatic. I don't know how he should do it. Like, maybe you guys can brainstorm a little bit, leave down in the comments how MrBeast can be more likable. I think one thing he can do is he could start like a vlogs channel, super unedited. Like, he should hop on what I call the homemade videos trend, which is like kind of what I'm doing right now, which is just me talking to the camera with no production. I think the key for MrBeast to become president of the United States is to start making homemade videos, meaning him be more genuine and just talking, and just like maybe 1 hour a day, just talking into camera, making a stream, and being genuine, and just not like non-edited, just sharing like his struggles and his goals. And I think that would be the key. But anyways, I only have 3% more battery. Today is a little bit of a shorter stream, but hopefully you guys enjoyed, and this is a good way to end the challenge with a little rant about why MrBeast is more influential than Buddha. And I also wanted to talk about, like, I've been streaming for 36 minutes. My goal is like 1 hour, and the last segment I had prepared. Well, I had 2 more segments prepared. One where I talk about the movie Project Hail Mary, my opinion about it, and then a second one with where I read some stories online and I give my opinion. I am the ethicist, but I could do that tomorrow, I believe. Now, normally what I would do is after doing the stream, I would edit it and post content, but I think that is not the most efficient. Now I'll stop and go on with my day, go do some sports, do some work, and then in the afternoon I'll do the editing and all of that and posting it. Okay, so see you guys next time.